What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here back with another video. And in this one, we are going to continue these draft prospect videos. We talked about Keon White in our last one. The one before that, we talked about Christian Gonzalez. And so far, all of these moves have been defense. Man, if you told me all three first picks were going to be defense, I would have told you you're probably wrong. I did think Belichick was going to go more heavily defensive sided of this draft, but I didn't think the first three picks were going to be all defense. And you can say, well, Patriots Global, they still have day three fourth-round picks, um, four fourth-round picks, excuse me, four sixth-round picks, a seventh-round pick, a lot of ability still. And to that, I'll say a lot of these great players, a lot of the high-end players are already off the board, especially offensively. Guys that are going to make a true impact, especially next year, those guys are for the most part off the board. You're kind of looking for depth pieces, developmental pieces at this point in the draft. I don't think that's exactly what the Patriots need. So a little bit shocked there, a little bit concerned there. But you know what, man? This defense is going to be lights out next year. They were number one in scoring defense last year. They very well could again. They're going to face some really great offenses this upcoming season. So having a stable defense is going to be extremely, extremely important. And they are solidifying this defense in every way, shape, and form. So that's something that I'm really excited for, something I'm really excited to see. Kind of just how it pans out ultimately. Hopefully, I'm not lagging here too much for you guys. I'll have to check that a little bit later. Um, but without further ado, let's hop into today's draft prospect video and break it down for you guys. Let's roll that Patriots Global intro. So I was asked by some of you guys, Patriots Global, what do you think about Brian Branch? Do you think it's realistic? Do you think that they take him? Do you think they trade up and get him in the second round? And I said, guys, I would love Brian Branch. That solidifies the secondary, but I just don't think that Bill Belichick goes back to back secondary. There's bigger holes, there's glaring holes, and they didn't. They went an edge rusher in the second. But then they decided to go back to the secondary in the third round and then solidify it. This time they decided to go Marte Mapu. I believe I'm saying that right. The 76th overall pick there. That's a third round pick. Patriots again didn't trade any way, shape, or form. This is where they were. They stood pat, and this is the guy they selected. I was surprised. Okay. I'm gonna start off by saying I liked the move. I didn't know a whole lot about this guy. I knew about him a little bit because he had a um, top 30 visit with the Patriots, actually. So I know a little bit about him, but I didn't know a whole lot about him. But I knew who was on the board still. We had a couple of really good players still on the board, Jordan Battle being one of those guys. And I stood back and I said, okay, well, why did the Patriots not select one of these higher end guys, which makes a lot more sense for them? Jordan Battle, who is versatile, but can easily play free safety for them. Because in my opinion, that's what I'm looking for as safety. I'm looking for a guy who's going to play free safety and take over that Devin McCourty role rather than everybody on the Patriots, uh, Duggar and Mills and Peppers, all kind of switching defensively in the secondary where they're playing. I just thought it made more sense to go with somebody who was a free safety. And Marte Mapu, he's not that. He's not a free safety. And to back that fact up, in his entire career, he's played a little bit over 100 snaps at free safety. He played 57 in 2021 and 56 this past year. The Patriots are mainly getting a box safety here and a guy who can play in the slot. He's going to be a hybrid linebacker. He's going to play close to the line of scrimmage. I think a lot of you are going to read this and say Patriots Global says safety here. I'm pretty sure it's a linebacker. He's a safety. All right. He was a linebacker before, kind of switched more to safety. He has that positional versatility. He's a hybrid linebacker. That's exactly what he is. That's what I thought the Patriots didn't really need, though, right? Because they have Jabril Peppers, who I thought played excellent in that role. You have Kyle Duggar, who I thought could play excellent in that role, too. So I kind of stood back and said, what? Because you got Jalen Mills, who could also be a rover role. But I look back at this after the Patriots made this selection, and this is what I kind of am thinking in terms of what they're doing secondary wise. So Devin McCourty actually said there's a lot of people in the building that he thinks could play free safety. We're just never given the opportunity to. So Jalen Mills is probably going to end up playing free safety for the Patriots. I've heard Kyle Duggar could potentially play free safety for the Patriots. I don't think he should. Keep him where he is in that Patrick Chung role. He's looking excellent there. Patriots shot him a couple times last year at free safety. Didn't look very good. But I also wonder if they try Jabril Peppers there, because this role that Marte Mapu is likely going to play in is that exact role that I see Jabril Peppers playing in. Exact role I saw him in last year and his entire career. And I said, well, if you already have a guy there, does that mean you're moving Jabril Peppers and you're going to try him at free safety? Haven't really seen him at free safety. Hasn't really had the opportunity in Jabril Peppers. I'd be curious to see it, but I thought he was really good where he was. Now, Marte Mapu, at the end of the day, I think is going to be an excellent home run pick for the Patriots in terms of playing as a hybrid linebacker, right? This guy's going to play close to the line of scrimmage. He's kind of going to be that secondary option, right? So you have your defensive line, that's the first point of attack. Then you have your linebackers, hybrid linebackers as that second point of attack. And then your corners and your safeties essentially as your third point of attack. So he's going to come in as an excellent second point of attack here for the Patriots, especially in the run game. This guy is a short tackler. This guy is a sure tackler. I watching him did not see a single missed tackle on this dude. He doesn't need help in terms of wrapping up a guy and having other teammates come in and make that official stop. This guy gets his hands on you and you're done. Point blank. His fingers are on you, and no matter where you're at, you're done. You're not going to break a tackle against this guy. And the Patriots and Belichick are very, very particular in their defensive players in your ability to, one, stop the run, but two, just be able to make a tackle. It's not that hard. Belichick looks for the simple things: block and tackle. Something Edelman's told us all the time. And he said, I never really believed in it because, it's so simple. But then you do those things, those two things, and you always end up winning the game. And you look back and say, well, damn. And that's exactly what the Patriots are getting here. This is a guy that I know is also climbing up draft boards. I looked at it and said, did you really need to get him in the third where you got him? You could have traded back end of the third, got him in the fourth. But I know he was climbing draft board, so it does make sense. A missed tackle rate of 11.2%, which is well above average. His forced incompletion rate is a little bit below average at 6.2%, but coverage grade is 77.2, run defensive grade of 85.9. This guy brings everything that you are looking for. Comes from a smaller college. We saw that with Duggar. We're worried about it with Duggar, and they ended up being perfectly fine. This guy's also going to bring really good size as a defensive back, which I'm really, really excited for. 6'3", 216 pounds, something I'm really excited to see with him. 23, Patriots seem to be okay with going with some of these older guys, opposite of Christian Gonzalez because he was 20 years old. So a little bit of a different trend here with what they did day one to day two. Not a whole lot of experience in terms of football for him also. So I think that this is a guy that's also going to be a little bit of a developmental piece. And that's something I'm a little concerned about, is that with Keon White, I said the same thing. I'm saying the same thing here about this guy. Is that they just seem a little bit more developmental, and you're taking them so high. The first, second, even third round, those are guys you're essentially looking to be a day one impact and looking to make a year one impact. And I think Marte Mapu will, but I think it's going to take him a little bit of time. Maybe like second half of the season, we start to see him make a little bit more of an overall impact. But played 12 games in 2021, played 13 in 2022, put up an 81.6 grade in 2021 and an 80 in 2022. This guy's an absolute baller. Played a total of 665 snaps total in 2021. Had 45 total tackles with a total of 14 missed tackles. This past year, he played in 13 games with 871 total defensive snaps. This is a guy that can be on the field really all game, all day, every day for the entire year. Will probably be an Iron Man for you at the end of the year also. But put up 63 total tackles and 10 missed tackles. He's a guy that made a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage, also in terms of tackles for loss. He had a couple of interceptions with a couple of pass breakups too. So he makes some plays, but he's not going to be a ball hawk in any way, shape, or form. But he is going to give you some plays. This is a guy that there's not a whole lot of information on about in general, but you kind of get the gist of what this guy is going to be. This guy has the Jets on him. This guy is was a surprise non-invite to the combine, which a lot of people were shocked about, which I think is something that helped the Patriots get him where they did. I think if he went to the combine, his draft stock would have went even higher because we already know it was going high. But the Patriots solidify their secondary here. Go Marte Mapu, a shocking pick because it's with the safeties that were on the board still, not who we thought the Patriots were going to go to. But I did hear that Bill Belichick loves this guy, and this is Bill Belichick's type of guy. And I think as a hybrid linebacker close to the line of scrimmage, you're going to see this guy make some explosive plays in terms of tackling. So what are your guys' thoughts on this move? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I really appreciate you guys for watching as always and supporting the channel, supporting these videos. I'll have you covered for prospective videos for all the Patriots selections. So make sure you guys stay tuned for those and hit subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do post. Without further ado, guys,